Hello everyone, welcome back to Anmoll Astrology channel. Now today's video is about Venus in the nakshatra of Purvaphalguni. Before diving into the nakshatra, first let's just understand what does Venus represents. So Venus is the planet of luxury. It is actually the devata of asuras. Venus is the planet who has the highest and deepest knowledge of astrology. And this is also one planet that can lead a person towards spirituality. So it's not just Jupiter, right? It's not just Ketu, but Venus significance is there for one person to dive into spirituality. Venus represents all the luxury items, arts, music. It represents the second house and the seventh house originally. That's why Venus also is the significator of your speech, your income, your family, your wealth, your inherited wealth from the family. It also represents your relationships, your partnerships, your business to some extent, and how you interact with other people. So apart from Venus just representing your relationship and your spouse, it has a lot of more significances, right? So while we are going to talk about Venus being in the nakshatra of Purvaphalguni, all these things are going to get affected. So now Venus being in the nakshatra of Purvaphalguni, first we need to understand how Venus behaves in the sign of Leo, because Venus, there is a sign of Leo, it's the natural fifth house. Then Venus is into some nakshatras in that particular sign. So in the sign of Leo, there are three nakshatras. It started with Magha, then Purvaphalguni, and then Uttaraphalguni. So Venus being in Leo, this actually is a beautiful placement for a creative person, for an artistic talent. You would see a lot of painters, dancers, and celebrities, people who are associated with jewelry business or creative business, musicians, creative artists, or anyone which you can think of, which who has some talents related to creativity and related to self-expression. That is what Venus in Leo is, right? So these people first of all have massive way of expression. If they are going to express something to you, that is definitely going to be way dramatic and way like on up in the air. They have a huge way of expression, and that's very creative in nature. Also, you would see that these people are extremely intelligent, since fifth house originally rules one's intelligence and how a person thinks, how their intellect works, how quick their mind works. That is the fifth house, and Venus being in this house definitely makes a person very clever, very intelligent, and very analytical also. So these people can actually understand things way ahead of anyone else. And of course, this is the original sign of Leo, which is about your education. So these people have a lot of knowledge, and at some point in their life, they also dive deeper into mythology, deeper into astrology, and they also have interest in shares, speculations. So you would also see these people always investing their money either in shares or any speculative business. Apart from this, what you will also see is represents love and romance. Now most of the people have this perception that Venus being in Leo means that a person is full of love and full of romance, and they are very upfront showing their love, right? But this is actually the catch with Venus being in Leo. They don't like to express in a way that a usual romantic person would. They would actually pamper you, they would give you gifts, they would want to take care of you, but maybe on the face they would have a sort of arrogance, a sort of pride, because remember, Venus is in the sign of Sun, and these two do not gel together, because one is the devata of the devatas and one is the devata of asuras. So these two are actually enemies. So it's like your expression of love is about pampering the other person and being romantic by giving gifts. You may not acknowledge things on an emotional level, but yes, you know how to express when it is materialistic in nature. Now let's start with Venus in the nakshatra of Purvaphalguni. So Purvaphalguni Nakshatra starts from 13 degrees 20 minutes and is extended till 26 degrees 40 minutes of the sign of Leo. This nakshatra is ruled by Venus itself. So Venus being in the nakshatra of Venus, this is actually a very powerful placement. This is a placement of a true artist, a person who appreciates beauty, who appreciates pleasure, luxury. These people have natural artistic skills in their hands, in their appearance. If you'll see them, you are going to know. Even these people are absolutely charmers, absolutely charming individuals. So you would see, if you have Venus in Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, you would actually have a spouse who is so beautiful that people just get attracted to them. These people love photography. They love to, dress up into new outfits, and the outfits which are unique. You yourself, your income can also get generated from something which is related to arts, music, directing a movie, directing a play, fantasizing something, things related to fantasy, writing novel, if there is association of Jupiter and Mercury in your chart. But you need to see that it's all about artistic talents with this particular placement. Even your spouse is going to be very artistic in nature, or they are going to deal with artistic objects. And when we talk about artists, these people also have interest in historical things which are related to art and different art forms. So that's why this nakshatra basically strengthens this Venus. Now this Venus, Venus is also one of the political planets. Apart from Sun, it was actually Venus also who is very diplomatic. So you would see that these people are going to be extremely diplomatic with their way of expression. They are very sweet talkers. So you are going to encounter with a spouse who is going to be very sweet with their speech. They are going to be sweet talkers, but along with that sweet speech, they would also have a very dominant speech because of the sign of Leo. These people have a dominant personality. So they know where they are going to use their sweetness and where they are going to use their dominance. So when they speak, or when they just represent themselves in front of people, people listen to them. People appreciate their presence. So it is going to be about you as well. It is going to be about your spouse as well. Now, since it is Venus, these people love to be around luxury. These people are extremely sexual in nature also. That we would come when we would talk about Anmoll. Okay, so next thing we are going to discuss is the deity of Venus. So the deity of Venus is Baga. Baga was the god of fortune, luxury, sexual activities, lust, pleasure, everything which is associated with true self of Venus. So Bhaga had a huge appetite. So one thing, these people have huge appetite. When they sit to eat, they are going to eat in a royal manner. They would actually, in India we have that thali system. They would want to have a thali, and this is actually very similar to Magha individuals also. They would want to have a thali where there are 2 or 3 different vegetables, curries, and then they have papad, they have achar. I have seen one thing, these people with Venus or moon in Magha or Purvaphalguni, or simply in the sign of Leo, these people have some inclination towards achar. They love spices, they love pickles. There's something, and they also have interest in having oily food, deep fried bhaturas and oily food, bread pakoras, everything like that. So these people have love for that. And I've also seen specifically I've seen with moon in Purvaphalguni also, and Venus in Purvaphalguni also, they also have a sweet tooth. So they love having sweet dishes after they are done with their meals. So this is something. So that's why these people have huge appetite. Be it be for sex, be it be for luxury, be it be for money, be it be for food. And these people are extremely foodie. Even Magha people are extremely foodie, and they are also very foodie. Now there was a story associated with Bhaga. So Bhaga deity, how the story forms is that there was a yagna that was done by Daksha, who was the father of Mata Sati. So what happened, he invited all the gods for that yagna, but he did not invite Shiva. Lord Shiva was husband of Mata Sati at that point of time. So when Mata Sati got to know that her father did not invite her husband, she went to her father, and then she claimed that this is actually a very disrespectful thing that he has done towards her husband. That's why she asked the earth to take her in. And that's how Mata Sati died. And after listening to this, Lord Shiva was devastated. And what happened, that there was a destruction that was caused within that particular yagna. And in that yagna, Bhaga was blinded. So that's why you would see with this nakshatra that they always have a theme of loss of love. So I've always seen Purvaphalguni people, when they are in love, they can even be blinded in love. When they spend or they pamper the better half, because it is Venus in Purvaphalguni, when they want to pamper their loved ones, they just do it blindly. And one more thing you would see with this is that these people always have a reddish eye. Like, I have, most of the times what I have observed is that when they shower, they just develop a lot of redness within their eyes. When they go out under the sunlight, they develop that reddish skin tone and redness into their eyes. So their eyes always get affected some way or the other. And also they are prone to burns and marks on their skin also. Sometimes, suppose they are doing something, they're cooking or, doing something with fire, they always have some sort of accident with fire. So next thing that we are going to talk about with Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, Venus being in Purvaphalguni Nakshatra, is its symbol. So its symbol is the front 2 legs of the bed. It's also the swinging hammock and also the fireplace. So if we consider the symbols one by one, first of all, the first two legs of the bed. That means, what does those legs do? They provide support and stability. So this means that they would happen to have instances in their life where they would require support of their other half so as to stabilize themselves. And that's why the legs of their bed or the condition of their bed becomes very important for them so as to define their relationships. Now this also represents the swinging hammock. That also represents that these people just love having swings at their home. So you would see a Venus in Purvaphalguni individual, they would want to, decorate their home in a very royal manner, where they would also want to have a very comfortable, small, cozy space for themselves. Right? And where they would want to have that swing. So they just have that inclination for that. And rather, this is also a part of a remedy for them. If you sometime you choose a home, definitely have a personal space, especially towards the southern area of your home, and have a swing over there. Very beautifully, designed swing. Also, the fireplace represents their passionate nature, their passion towards doing what they like, what they love. These people are always up for adventure. They want to express their divinity into words or into their art. So art becomes very important to them. You would see that they would like to do everything either on their bed or on the swing or near a fireplace. And this fireplace also represents that these people always want to be around a warmth environment. That's why these people love to be around family. Family is very, very important to you and your spouse. And you would see that your spouse and you would always want to be around family. Like, organize lunch together, organize dinner together, but you all would always want to give them the warmth of your surroundings, right? And this indeed this is a very party animal kind of a placement, but it's like that more of its materialistic results are actually seen till the 25th and 26th of age. And after that, these people grow more towards an homely individual. But definitely because of Baga being their deity, they want to be a social butterfly, a party animal, going out, partying all the time, having alcohol, enjoying with the men or women, everything like that. And since Purvaphalguni is a nakshatra which is mostly associated with the with appreciating one's body, you would see that they would always want to dress up very nicely. They are very conscious of their looks, very conscious of how they are being appeared out in public. So they would want to dress nicely. And also you would see most of the porn stars are seen from this particular nakshatra. Yeah, right. A dominance in this, suppose Rahu and Purvaphalguni, especially in the 8th house, I've seen a lot of porn stars from that. But these people, not just they love to be half naked, they love to appreciate their body, they love to have pictures of their body, but of course this means that they appreciate themselves, they appreciate their appearance, they appreciate their body only if this nakshatra is unafflicted. Suppose this nakshatra is afflicted by Saturn, this nakshatra is afflicted by maybe Ketu, then you might not see a lot of relationships, or you might not be a party animal. But still, if it is Venus in Purvaphalguni, then it is there. Even Jupiter in Purva Phalguni is also going to create all of these things. Remember, with Jupiter also, sexual appetite is huge because it expands. It expands that particular nakshatra, right? So this is something that you would see with this. Now, lastly, the animal associated with this nakshatra, that is a female rat. So the sexual part actually comes into this nakshatra because of the female rat. The female rat can actually have sex about 500 times in up to 6 hours. So it's like, that's a huge appetite for sexual activity. So these people actually, you would one thing you would see is these people are extremely lazy. When it's about love, they might hop from one relationship to another very quickly. Slightest problem, or when they see that the romantic or the honeymoon phase of the relationship is over, they would want to hop on to other partners. That happens with them. But mostly in traditional backgrounds, you would see that they would always want to have a romantic encounter with their spouse. They would always try to, spark that romance within their married life. And also you would see that these people are very fickle minded because of the animal totem as the rat. So you have seen that rat is one of the animals, just like Purva, the monkey, that they want to have what they want. So these people are actually very futuristic. They have goals. They always have goals in their life, and they want to achieve those goals at any cost. And these goals can be about their finances, this can be about their education, this can also be about their relationship or a particular partner. Lastly, you would see that these people would actually incline towards spirituality after mid years of their life. Like probably I've seen in late 20s, they develop interest into spirituality. You would see about there are so many nakshatras which are related to luxuries and materialism. But all those nakshatras, after they experience all of that materialistic nature, all of that, luxuries in life, they understand the true meaning of spirituality. Then they go on, dive deeper into spirituality. So these people also become quite opinionated, quite moralful and spiritual in the later part of their life. This also means that your partner, another thing about the remedies of this nakshatra. So when we talk about remedies, first remedy that you can do with this nakshatra is check the planks of your bed. Your bed should be in very good condition, and you have that storage spaces in the bed. Usually here in India, we do have storage spaces in the bed. So you should also not have any cracks or any sort of problem with those storage areas within your bed as well. Another thing, second thing is, just like Magha Nakshatra is about having high chairs, this nakshatra is about having high beds. Headboard of the bed should be high, because these people love being on their bed. They want to relax. These people are very lazy. They are comfort lovers. They always want to relax on their bed, on their couches. So if their bed is going to be way ahead of their head, they will feel protected. They would feel that fortune coming in. So always try to have a bed which has a headboard which is way ahead of your height. Okay? Another remedy is that you can have a sculpture of mouse made of brass in the south or southwest direction of your home. Even you can either have a fireplace in the southern direction or have a swinging hammock in the southern direction of your home. Another remedy would be if you become very helpful towards blind people. Make donations and help blind people in any form that is required. Okay guys, so this was my analysis about Venus in Purvaphalguni. I hope this has been helpful, and with helpful I remembered one more thing, that these people are extremely helpful as well. Okay guys, if you guys would like to have your personal readings for me, check out the link below, www.anmollastrology.com, and under the reading section you can book a personal reading for yourself. Under unique reading section you can book a unique reading for yourself. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. I will be up with another video pretty soon. Bye bye, take care.